Yo. I know, not my usual time. Not my usual time at all, but we do what we do.
I know. Usual.
There. If you're gonna hear an echo of that, because I had to shut that down like Negan. Pre-release is coming. What? Look at that snake dude. Like, it's over 9,000 snake tokens. I don't know. All right. What are we up to? We're on a run. We got the salty token deck on the quest for the best. And we're chilling at 12 and 0. 12 and 0. Nobody's 12 and 0'd before. Everybody's had a loss at this point. Could we be looking at the next champion? Well, if we get to 18 and 1 and match the awesome record of Bant Tempo, we're gonna pause the event right there, and we're gonna play our other decks and see if any of them can get to 18 and 1, so we figure out who's in our final playoff. That's the plan. Does anybody play Magic at this hour? I'm telling you, I'm not usually playing Magic at this hour, ever. So, let's see. Let's try that again. I thought I'd find some of you Brits and some of you people from Deutschland on here. Maybe even the Russian Federation. And here we go. We have in fact found an opponent. Let's see what they're bringing for us. Jackson is already down in chat. So apparently some people view duels at this hour, and he says, yeah, they do. Meaning, I believe that people play Magic duels at this hour. So that's something. That's something. Welcome, welcome. CTB Cardinal is on. He's a rank 40. He's got lily sleeves. Our hand has too many lands. Better. Let's see what happens. Always an interesting question of whether we open with Aetherborn or Scrounger. I think that Scrounger usually takes it, as we want that to eat a removal spell since it can come back later and it applies more pressure. But if we get any inkling our opponent's feeling that aggro, it's an Aetherborn thing. They can probably hear us. I'm going to mute that. There we go. Send in the scrounge. That's what we're gonna do. And it's the Child of Night, so mono black vampires of some kind. Well, I'm still throwing scrounger at your face. Let's see what you want to do. Got a few lands coming straight off the top. Hopefully that'll curve off. That'll end and we'll start getting some spells instead. Opponent takes the trade. Perfectly fine with that. Let's harvest something. You want a lifelink, Mr. Vampires? I'll show you how to lifelink. I got lifelink all over this deck. Boom, lifelink. Boom, lifelink. Boom, lifelink. I heard somebody said recently that life gain is at an all-time low in the format, and I'm like, not in my format, baby. All right. So there's a good chance that Harvester here just gets murdered, but is that what we want? I think we just play Aetherborn and pass. I don't think we attack here with Harvester. When Harvester comes through, we want to gain that life from it. And if he kills our Aetherborn, we just get back the Scrounger and do it later. He can't leave up 3 mana forever. Ooh, white mana. We got some Marduing in here. Now what you gonna do? Now he's gonna flesh bag. Okay, cool. No problemo there. And now I can't think of a way he could kill the harvester, so let's do this. Where's my volume at? Give me some of that cool duels beats. I wonder if they'll ever change the in-game. Nighthawk's calling for a lightning axe. If he wants to do that here, that's fine. He can't even get the madness value. White mana means that the hawk is incoming. Oh yes, the Nighthawk is here. It's all about Will Suntail Hawk up here as well. And Arrogant Rabbit, greetings and salutations. Likewise to you. Welcome, welcome. It's good to see some people still coming out at this weirdo hour for me making duels content, getting my stream on. But I've got a weird schedule today. I'm a guest speaker in an online webinar Facebook Live thing. I don't know how to even fully describe this. I may not have described all that well, but that's what I have to do later. So I gotta do that at 3 my time, which is usually about the time I stream. So we gotta do things out of order if we're gonna continue the series. And you know what? My seminar, my bit, my whole shtick, it's about time management. So this is me putting my money where my mouth is and managing my time so I still get to do my duels. What are we doing? What are we doing? I really love slow rolling Sorin when I can. Seems like a weird play here. So I'm gonna see if I can. These are Pete's. Alright. Let's go like this. He's a long way from making that priest do it much, but I still think it's gotta go. But, I'll make him come over and get Sorin through the harvester. Maybe he can, maybe he can't. We'll see if I'm extremely wrong. I don't know. That spot is really weird. Nighthawk points out that I'm only doing it to practice for the podcast, meaning that web thing. No, this is actual, I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm not getting paid necessarily. I guess a little social currency and a little give back, as the organizer is somebody who's really helped me over the years. Alright, always watching is not what I expected. I don't want to throw away my harvester. If he kills Sorin here, that's okay, I guess. If any of you guys competed with me in the iOS tournament, you are probably my Facebook friend, so you've all probably been invited to the event anyway. So check that out, I guess. Alright, so what's going on this turn? Probably Sarams. The only thing we can really Sarams into is a scrounger. That's not that good. Let's plus. Maybe we can get a better option. We could also just throw down ballista for 3, which isn't bad, but still doesn't solve our blood haul problem. That ain't good. But the blockers might come in really handy here. And we got plenty of crew for the harvester. So, yep, your move. See if you can get Sorin off the table. He's got 3 cards in hand, going up to 4. Unlikely he can play all of them. That would give him a blood haul trigger. Even if he had that, it's okay. Not the end of the world. Shambling Vent. So, it's a really weird deck. I don't quite know what to make of it. And, yep, we'll just trade off one of you, and then we'll probably give him a push. But let's see what else our opponent might play. You don't have to push right away. You can wait till end step. He might play something more pushable. More push-worthy. Like a kalitas would be an insta-push. Nope, pass in turn, so yeah, we'll give you the shove. Get off my lawn. Another harvester. Give me a plus. Oh, did I mention that this is a good card lately? Okay. So we can have another harvester, and we can have a 3/4. It's like, how much do we want to attack? We have a shambling vent over here that can counterattack, but they can't kill Sorin, but it is a 3/4, and it has lifelink, so we want to discourage it from attacking. I think we're sort of in a grind fest, but I've got the board and the planeswalker, so being too aggressive is probably very unnecessary. So what I'm going to do is throw the harvester and 2 scroungers at him, leave the other token, play a harvester and a kalitas. Oh wait, could I have lethal? Am I just gonna have lethal here? And now it's too late? Psst, brilliant. Punt, put it on the punt list. Well, I mean, that's assuming my opponent had nothing, which is a stupid assumption when they have all that mana, and they do, in fact, have a thing. So, as it turns out, that is not necessarily a miss. Alright. Show them what's up. So, good old Archangel Avacyn, how you doing? This harvester I am going to throw away. I'd rather have Sorin at this stage, but let's see what happens. Just keep using that energy. We don't have another use for the energy in the deck, so it's a no-brainer most of the time to use your harvester. And we've got Kothafed. Whew! Going right to the top rope over here. Well, that's gonna hurt. Not us, him. That's probably lethal. So block, take no life gain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that should be lethal. First, let's see what we can do with Sorin. Abbey. Whoo, boy. So many lines. So much fun to be had, but we'll just wrap it up, I think. Have to have Fatal Push or Galvanic Bombardment. I don't know. Something else. Just play it all out, make it all happen. Kill him with his own Kothafed is the demand. I'd have to figure that out, and I'd hate to fall prey to something I'm not expecting in the spot. So I'm just gonna swing with everything. You creative types can figure out how to do such shenanigans. All right, did it. $13-0, rolling. Trying to get to that 18. And then if we do, we'll table the deck and we'll play something else and see if it can get close to it. So I made my first couple of deck lists with new cards. I threw them on Magic Duel's Helper, which, let's see, not sure how to link to that. I don't know. I think this does it. Somebody tell me. I'm going to put a link in chat. Somebody tell me if it works. If going to this, you can see my decks. And I've got my first 3 like AMK builds on there. If anybody wants to talk about some Ammonkhet lists. But tell me if that makes you log in or if you can see what I built by clicking that, please. So I know if I'm dropping links that work or not. Thank you. Nighthawk says it works. Great. So I got my first 3 builds in. I built a black-white token deck similar to this one. And I updated vehicles in green-black with some new cards that I think work well. None of them are even close to brand new concepts or super brews. We'll try it. None of them are super brews or anything. Probably nothing that will get you totally excited. But I think they're updates with the new cards in places where they make a difference. None of them are blue, which is by far the hardest time I'm having at this point in things. Oh, hey, BBB. BBB's in chat. I sent you an email. Read it. Then tattoo it on your forehead. Just kidding. Let's see. But anyway, blue is where I'm having a really hard time. I'm having a really hard time making a good blue deck. Maybe not making a good deck, making the right blue deck. Like, there are so many directions you can go once cycling is in the mix, and a lot of the new cards are in the mix. That's probably why blue is the most exciting color from the new set, but we'll get to more on that on the podcast, but I love to defend that position. I think it's the most exciting color because you can actually go in new directions. You can actually take it into... You can actually take it down several different roads based on a couple of cards. There are now so many things you can do with blue, whether you want to cycle it or play the super counter everything draw go. There's two options, but of course there's so many other things like mill and prowess and esper, and I don't know. I'm having a hard time figuring out what's right. Just kind of stuck on that for a minute. Like, what's the right way to go? I don't know. Anyway, into this game, instead of my babble, we're going to leave this up, but I doubt we're going to use it on a wheelsmith. I'm really not going to worry much about that card, I don't think. An untapped land here plays a herald if our tokens stick around, so let's hope. And even if not, we have an Aetherborn for next turn, so I'm planning to just take this and not worry too much. Nighthawk says, I realized the other day that we got our first semi-realistic infinite combo in duels with Ammonkhet. Did we now? What am I thinking? What's people have different definitions of what an infinite combo is, don't they? So am I gonna unmake now that I've seen a bit more action? I think so, because the only thing that's gonna hold his board together if I have to play Aetherborn is this wheelsmith. So now I am going to unmake it, now that I see he's got more weenies instead of vehicles. Alright, hit. Cool. Let's go get reprisalled, shall we? We all know that this deck has reprisal for days. So here comes the infinite combo. Anointed Procession plus Eldrazi Displacer plus any 2 Scion Producer. 2+ Scion Producer. Alright, so the 2+ Scion Producer, like Eyeless Watcher or Drowner or Hope, comes in and makes 3 or 4 Scions instead, which you can say, oh, haha! Yeah, I see what you did there. Oh, snap, I did miss this. Hey, there's the reprisal. How'd I know? Like I play this game. Wow, okay. So that's pretty neat. Do I need this body? I think we're a ways off of West Veiling. We may as well keep this at a 2/2 so our gifted Aetherborn can threaten to kill it without dying itself. So that's what I'll do. Make him get through these tokens another way. Oh, hello. If I play this, how likely is the, what's the word I'm looking for? How likely is the Angelic Destiny? Our opponents missed land drop twice. I think we have to take the risk, though. We need more gas. We've drawn enough land, we've curved out, now we just need the gas. Please give me gas. That's not gas. Alright, whatever. But yeah, Anointed Procession, Eldrazi Displacer, and say a Drowner of Hope. Drowner of Hope comes in and makes 4 tokens instead of 2 because of the Procession. And then you can sacrifice those Scions to make Displacer blink the Drowner. And now that you've done that, you can you get +1 Scion every single time, giving you infinite 1/1s. So there's that. I guess I have to brew that up now. I guess your blue-white blink deck got a big end game. How about them apples? Bounce says, run Naya and add Samut for a janky cat combo. I must be missing that one. It does have a tongue sticking out, like there's a tongue sticking out here, so maybe he's being utterly and completely snarky and sarcastic and doesn't mean any of that. Let's go ahead and get some value here and drain this. Other creatures have haste. Oh, so he's using the all creatures get haste to say you can attack this turn. I don't know that... Okay, yes, you can do that. That is a totally legit thing. I'm certainly sure that you don't need to attack this turn. If you have Drowner of Hope, you just tap down everything that they would ever do. Like all their creatures, all their blockers. But of course, I guess you're wrath-proof. Yeah, but that would be really fun though. So let's see, you're playing white, you're playing blue, now you're playing red, and you're playing green. Or you can make it an Eyeless Watcher combo. So is there a way to draw cards infinitely? You can draw your deck with Elemental Bond, am I right? Does that make sense? Alright, I'm gonna throw this in front in case he has a little pump spell. No, not you. You. And we are gonna need some help. Our opponent stalled on land a little longer than we did, so we're going to lean on our Vent and our Westvale Abbey to be mana sinks here as we're top decking. Unlimited sized walking ballista. There you go. There you go. I see what's happening here. We're comboing off so nicely. I guess we'll throw creatures at him and see what he does. I'm not going to bring the Harvester. I'm going to keep that around. If he has a removal spell, he has to pick off one of these instead. And it's tempting to play the land, but we'll hold it for now as a bluff. But this deck is pretty mana intensive, and you want to have a lot of lands out. Yeah, write all this stuff down. BBB wants to try this deck now, right? Like, yeah, there's probably something... There's something you can make. It's a much more doable thing than, say, double Wisweaver Angel, Infinite Energy, Longtusk Cub. And that's the bar, right? I mean, that's the bar we're working from. All right, send him again. Let's see if our opponent found something. You have red X spells if you go the Naya route. Yep. You also have cut to ribbons if you have black. Eyeless Watcher at common gives you hope. Unfortunately, so you probably also, if you're running Eyeless Watcher, so if you have Eyeless Watcher, Displacer, and Drowner of Hope, maybe, you also run Eldritch Evolution and put your pieces together. Twin Bolts. Okay, that's what's up. Opponent found one. Still got a 2-for-1 out of the deal. Birthing Hulk, that, I mean, you can, if you want to, you can be on that Birthing Hulk train. It does regenerate, so maybe it's a little harder to remove. But Birthing Hulk does make the cut. Yep, that gets us pretty darn close to Westvale Abbey time, doesn't it? Go Gadget attacking. Lifelink. Team Lifelink continuing to roll. No wonder this thing ladders like a boss. Just all that life gain, baby. It's hard to out-aggro it. And my version of this that you can find on Magic Duel's Helper with that link I provided, it's even more lifelinky. Or not lifelinky, it's even more life gainy. It has Anointer Priest, which is an interesting card. I'm trying to decide how good or bad it is. The Embalm is nice but expensive. The ability, how good is a little bit of life gain. And I'm trying it instead of Gifted Aetherborn. So it's trying to fill the same role with a bit more synergy. Gifted Aetherborn, obviously a better card in a vacuum, but is the synergy from the Priest better for that deck? It's easier on the mana, that's for sure. Alrighty. This is great. This is great. This is exactly how you want to end such games. Let's get Orman busy. Bring me a demon. I could have saved an untapped token, I guess, and had one more attacker. Alright. Brah, brah. How you doing? Reprisal. Not good enough. Try again. Alrighty. Shut that down, Negan style. 14-0. Rolling like there's no tomorrow, baby. On and on we go. So what do we have to put together a combo like that? It's all creatures. So you probably want to protect an enchantment. Do we have any way to tutor up the procession? I'm thinking that the only real way is Diabolic Tutor itself. That's a bit of a problem, right? Because that's expensive. There's no way to just go get an enchantment, is there? And there's no other way to get that effect. So that's the weak spot, is whether or not you can pull off the one of enchantment. Vessel of Nascency digs for all the pieces. There you go. That's good. That'll do the job. That means we're running at least 6 enchantments, so if there's some kind of an enchantment synergy for just running enchantments, maybe we can do something with it. Maybe it makes that 4/3 lifelink priest better or something. No wonder I never make a covert stream. It's 3 a.m. here, says Elsag. Ha, sorry. This is not my usual time either. I have a weird schedule today, so I have to get this done early. A Johnny digs for all the pieces. Okay, so Johnny makes the cut. We need to draw a creature. I don't think that's too much to ask, but no removal spell makes this hand mostly dysfunctional. I'm gonna try it though. Graffle picks up the creature segments if Vessel dumps multiple pieces. The problem with grapple is if you hit the enchantment though, you're in trouble. And while I can see why you would want to play both, it doesn't feel right to me. It feels like it's one or the other. Yeah, I feel like it's one or the other. But then if you have white in your deck anyway, you can also run Ishkana, and then you have Ishkana and Displacer, which is a combo on its own, because you're likely to get, and you're likely to run Ballista for the infinite mana. So you have a few combos on their own if you don't draw the procession. Oh, do we smuggle? Double blue isn't very threatening. Do I want to discard anything? Not really. But I think we smuggle. Could always a Myria Shepherd. Now you're talking. That's a way to get the enchantment back from the yard. That's going a bit high for me, and it doesn't really work with the other pieces of the combo, but it can put it back together. I don't think you want to go all in, because I don't think the tools are quite there to go all in. I think what we're talking about are cards that just fundamentally make the deck better, but also play well with the combo. So I think it's 4-color Saheeli instead of Jeskai Saheeli, and instead of Paradoxical Outcome, if that makes sense with some standard references there. Paradoxical Outcome, all-in combo deck. Jeskai Saheeli, control combo. 4-color Saheeli, good stuff, mid-range deck with a combo in it. That makes sense to me. Okay, what the heck can 3 blue mana do about a Shambling Vent? I can't think of anything. I think he wants to counter stuff, so I'm not going to give him anything to counter. That's my plan. Do tokens work as good stuff? Typically, yeah. If they're good tokens. So, like, what other tokeny... What can we use to buff our scions or make our scions better? Would be a good question to ask. There's, like, nothing to grasp. I can't believe I'm doing that. No, I can't do that. It's gotta be you. I don't need another vehicle when I'm short on creatures, but it was really tempting to discard the grasp because kill for happy 20 hasn't done anything. But, oh well. But yeah, so what can we do to buff our scions? How do we make our scions better? I mean, Smothering Abomination might be too all in. Do we get the tokens you control have +1/+1 guy? I don't think so. If we do, I missed that. Like, and I mean missed it. Tokens you control have +1/+1. There's the blue-white guy, right? Who, whenever... I have to read him. Where are you? Gotta pull out my board. It's like whenever a token you control attacks... Hold on. Hold up. Because I never even thought of him with a bunch of tokens. I gotta read the... Hold up. Temet. And what do you say? You say, at the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature token you control. Oh, so one token gets +1/+1 and can't be blocked. That's not that good. Okay. We really want all the tokens to get the love, don't we? We gotta spread it out. Okay. I got excited for a second. Now back into this game. The toughie. Not that toughie. Let's send the ballista, just see if maybe he's scared of blocking. Maybe he's got an emerge creature or something, and he wants to play conservative. Is Aven Wind Guide too niche? What's that do? What did that do? Let me. Oh, I gotta look stuff up. You're making me look things up. Aven Wind Guide. What the hell are you? 4 mana, so 2 white, blue. Flying Vigilance. Creature tokens have flying and vigilance. I think that's too... I don't think so. Yeah, I can't get excited over that one. Sorry. Scion tokens. What do we ever do with Scion tokens? I guess they tap for a bunch of mana. Are we Ulamogging? Some kind of a rampy thing? Or is there somewhere we can spend that mana? I don't know. Call for Unity with Scions. That's... Now we're kind of entering Jankland, but it's the beautiful side of town, you know? It's a side of town where dreams exist. I mean, that is delightfully janky. Alright, so let's pump up the team. And yes, I know I'm going to tap this event, but I'm going to put a token on it before I do, darn it. Call for Unity, that's a saucy one. Optimistic, but so saucy. Yay, hit a scrounger. I was probably going to discard anything. Oh, that's not the block you want. That's not the block you want. That's the block that, I guess either one kills you, if I do it right, unless he has something. But your fog defenses are down, and I see right through your fog. So what he had to do was put a token in front of both, but that's not a winning line, you know. That's just die slower. 15 and 0. 15 and 0. What is going on? Yo, we 15 and 0. So we can play Reflector Mage if we're doing the Bant colors on this deck, just cuz. We have it with Displacer, so why not? Eyeless Watcher. Drowner. Vessel. Procession. Just getting it all on paper between games. Now I gotta pay attention. I'll keep. What else was in there? Displacer. I wonder if we run Thought Knot Seer. I guess we have an abundance of that mana, right? Probably a good way to make your combo actually happen. Thought Knot. And land. Does Decimator of Provinces give your guy haste? No, it does not. Cry face. Ballista, because with all that mana, is the instant kill. Oh, this curve is really Call of Unity high, but I'll put it on the list for now. Maybe we even go aid from the cowl in such a thing to put it together. Oh gosh, I'm descending. I'm gonna crash. I'm gonna crash into Jank Village. Oh, this is too much land. What is going on? I'm gonna hold off on Ballista. Make a stand. I thought I was in Jank Village. Leave a Plains uprun, make a stand. I like Selfless to defend. So maybe that's where we go. And we don't have enough 2-drops, that's for sure. We need more 2-drops. Okay, your artifacts are hexproof. That sucks too. I need some Revolt in my life, but I'm probably just gonna sweep his board when I get the chance. Hopefully this lives. Maybe I'm supposed to play it next turn. Maybe the risk of it dying is too high. Timer doesn't seem to run during activated abilities, so I think you'll be okay. You can always do it on their turn. Can always run it on their turn. Okie dokie, opponent going off here. We're gonna take a bit of a beating, but we have, if Ballista lives, we get to flip avacyn. And we get to push Padim. So, well, not right away. Never mind. Never mind on the Padim. Bonesaw is ready. Ooh, yeah, dig it. Here comes a 2/4 Padim. Y'all don't want none of that Padim, do ya? No, no, no. Alright. Drop it. Stop it, Dan. We need 2-drops. Somebody help this deck. We need 2-drops in this deck. 1 and 2 drops. Our curve way too high. And I'm not asking you to make it tier 1 competitive. But we can't just do nothing for 3 turns. Alright? That's unacceptable. Like my spiky spikeness doesn't allow such bananas. Yeah. Send in the clown. Let's see if he blocks. Hoping he'll just take the damage. Meh, that's fine too. Doesn't matter either way. We were just seeing if he'd take the damage, because what we're going to do anyway is this. And we hope he doesn't have murder. There aren't any 2-drop token generators other than fodder. I can't think of one. Blister pod. Blister pod. I don't know if blister pod's it. It just doesn't smell right to me. We have vessel. That's gonna take up some space. So we want something that gets on the board. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, he's gotta tap his bone saw to do it. Oh boy. Here we go. Alrighty then. I wonder if he wants to trade that with avacyn or not. But good news is we have some crappy discards. Some lands that aren't gonna do much. Bogs. No. Shot down. In a blaze of glory. Alright. No way to trigger revolt either. Good. Yeah, this is going oh so well. Let's see. Oh, there we go. That'll trigger revolt. Lucky me. So, opponent took the trade. Probably gonna regret it. We're just gonna swing this game all the way back around. I hate taking trades when I'm tapped out and my opponent has a bunch of open mana. It almost ensures that they're gonna get the front foot. If I'm the opponent, I'm taking 6 there, and then next turn I'm gonna hold back Anguish and possibly sack the Bonesaw to give -2/-2 to avacyn to make the trade worse. Oh, hello. And see? Then you'd have an outlet for this Marionette Master, which may or may not be my doom, depending. Nighthawk, Nighthawk, time for you to turn against me. Marionette Master, Nighthawk. Marionette Master is here. All right, let's Handwear Militia Captain's interesting. Certainly not gonna like help us stall for the combo, but it sure takes over a board sometimes. And it works with Eyeless Watcher, I suppose. All right, what are we getting back? Is avacyn the get back? Or is ballista the get back? I think it's avacyn. I think it's gotta be avacyn. Or maybe I should just wait. Am I supposed to plus here? No, I'm going now. There's no guarantee that Lily will stick around. Alright, there we go. And there's the unblockability. So, hold on. Do I have a way to get revolt? Nope. That's too bad. I could have, if I could kill that rogue with the token making on the stack, we'd be okay. We might be able to save Lily, but, you know, not everything can be saved. We will have revolt after Lily dies. So that might be cause to kill the Whirler Rogue. We certainly don't want to kill the 1/1s. Although we may have to. Oh, this is gonna get saucy. Saucy, I tell you. But killing the Whirler Rogue, I think, has to happen. We can't let that thing stay unblockable or we're just gonna die. Yep, does not ignore Lily. Alright, rogue going down. Lily died, that's what our revolt became. So Lily did work. She went to work. Hello. Oh boy. If a Thopter dies, we take 5. 5. The Thopter dies, we take frickin' 5. How do we find a kill, man? How do we find a kill? We need him to, so here's what we need. We need him to attack with his Thopters. Oh wait, he can't make it unblockable now, so there's kind of a standoff here with avacyn. 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could triple block, but that's not nearly as good as an avacyn. Okay. We're chilling. We are chilling. Honored Crop Captain can buff the Scions. Such an aggressive play for a combo deck, but I guess it means red too. Don't necessarily love that idea, but it's a thing. It's a thing that could work. I don't love it, but it might. That doesn't mean it's not right. Pass's turn, so we'll get avacyn to the board. We have to now, since he's gonna double serpent us. Jesus. That's a draw. So what does this do? Can't be blocked. Hit me for 5. I still have to get through these things. And to do that, I have to kill this master or I'm just gonna die. So how do I kill the master? I guess we have the mana to do it, so, and we have the artifacts, so Herald is the answer. Herald will have to be our master killer. I'll flip avacyn. Then what? I'll wipe these out, but not these. And he'll still just be able to go unblockable. He needs 2 turns of that. Oh, this is gonna get spicy. Yep, that does it too. That's pretty good. That's pretty good draw. I'm a little jealous. That's the right play for sure. So he gets in for 10 if he wants. Ouch. Dead as a doornail, ladies and gents. Dead as a doornail. The only question is, will Mr. Tiz figure out his unblockables before his timer runs down? Oh, interesting. Just going with 1. Interesting. Well, that's a little lease on life. We're not going to block the token, obviously. We can't let the master hurt us that bad. Alright, so we're going to be... This is going to get interesting. We can sack, triple sack, kill you. Flip avacyn, kill you. He can respond if he's smart by making these unblockable, and I lose. And there's no way around that. There's no way around that. So what else can we do? I can attack. He can block with one of these. He can put the triggers on the stack. Then I can use the herald to do all those things I just mentioned with the triggers on the stack. So maybe he blocks with a few creatures. Yeah, maybe he blocks with a couple creatures, and that's how we pull this off. Also, we could just draw a removal spell right here. Nope. And we're about to lose our board, so I think that makes Abbey the discard. Too bad, though. Ormondal wouldn't save us if we made it right now anyway. Okay, so there's the blocks. We go to damage. Triggers on the stack. It's going to check its power at resolution, so now we have to use this ability. And it's going to trigger Avacyn, of course. And there we go. And now he can't make both of them unblockable. He can still make one unblockable. And then he could just activate anyway. But, nothing I could do. Just had to do my very, very best. There we go. Some debate over whether it checked at resolution. It does. And he didn't make it unblockable. Okay, we are alive. And we have a lethal threat in the air. So our opponent has to swing with both. We have to block one. We untap. And then we're 2 points short. This is rough. We still need to draw. We're going to go down to 3, so an Aether Sphere Harvester won't save us. Which we could, use the Herald to pitch. He has to attack with both. Let's see if he sees that. He sees it. Okay. So if we draw... of what's more important, the Herald or Avacyn. And I think it has to be the Herald, because if we draw another artifact, maybe we can shrink his serpent to the point that it doesn't kill us. But I think it has to be the Herald. Avacyn gets him for 7 with a Gideon emblem, and that's 2 points short. So we have to trade off Avacyn. Alright, here we go. We've done all we can to... Also, Herald gets the card out of our opponent's hand if this goes to another turn. And that's not nothing. Does that do it? No, he can still go unblockable. No way to gain life. That's too bad. We did our best. Alright, play it out. Yeah, if that had come along earlier, right? Let's see what our opponent drew. He's still got to make the right attack. Thopter Spy Network. Interesting. He's still got to do it right. He's probably sweating like, no, Grasp of Darkness wouldn't do it either. He's got enough. But we need to remember in defeat to pat ourselves on the back when we do well. And I think navigating that Marionette Master turn was... very good. I think it took away one of what might have been an obvious line for an opponent and gave us a chance to win. So we got to pat ourselves on the back for that. We found a way to take 2 Thopters off the battlefield so he couldn't give both creatures unblockable with his rogue in response to the Avacyn trigger. Alright, so 15-1. And bravo to opponent for the win. That's certainly never a situation I've found myself in and had to figure out before, so... When you do good, when you do something good, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. Remember to pat yourself on the back. It's really easy to kick yourself in the face. Patting yourself on the back takes a bit more, you gotta form the habit, but it just feels a lot better. All right. Let's see if we can avoid the dreaded 2 losses in a row. That loss was certainly overdue. We went 15-1, so 15 wins in a row with any deck in such a diverse meta is crazy. And here we go. We'll see. Now we're on the bubble, and we're trying to match that 18-1 Bant record. I guess this is this is going to be one of those cases where, oh god. Yeah, we're just gonna accept. we're gonna take it that our opponent knows what's up. We're just gonna accept that. Because I really do want to move through this as fast as I can. Before I was asking and kind of pulling concessions, even if they're early. But really quick, I'm gonna block that person so we don't just rematch them. And it's nothing personal. I'm not mad at the seal, you know, for scooping there. I might too in their position, trying to earn gold as fast as I can and getting ranked against, paired against a 39. I was just blocking because I don't want to get rematched and mess up the results. Question, how do you block people on Steam? I am not sure. I don't play on Steam. This is Xbox One. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. If you know, please help Dari out. BBB says you cannot. So, unfortunate. Pendog Gaming. Let's see if you can dethrone. And we got a slow hand, but it's a good one. Nothing to be discouraged about here. Oh, that speeds it up. So I don't think that'll take us off a herald later, so I think we can go ahead and get gifted onto the battlefield. There's some talk in chat about somebody on Steam of a certain name, 1CHG, who does 127 damage to a creature with 1 mana on turn 1. So I guess he's a hacker. I guess you guys have hackers over there. We don't have hackers over here. So that's one thing that Xbox has going for it. Alright, we're gonna build board first. Planeswalker later. He might have something that he can play that we can nerf. And there is a complete disregard for my Aetherborn. That hurts my feelings, bro. Oh, but I'm going wide, and I don't care. Let's see if our opponent has Languish up their sleeve right away. And it's a Read the Bones. That's cool. Have at. It's like, how do I deal with so many servos? I will read some bones. Well, I got something for you. Let's see what our opponent would like to discard. They've got a full grip, so it's not like the discard is going to be doing huge damage right away if they're good at selecting the spells to discard. It's more like a 5/5 flyer that they probably have to get concerned about. Ooh, Green Warden. Wow, that is a big discard. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe his hand is so much gas that every discard is very helpful. Unholy Hunger! Oh no! Does he gain the life? He does. Well, I know what Liliana's doing when she comes down. Oh, baby. We're gonna need a turn or two for that, though. May I please attack? Come on, game. There we go. It's one of the Xbox, this little lag thing that happens in the attack step. Drives me a little crazy. Alright, so we want to leave double black up after we play ayli here. And yeah, we're just laying into the board. I'm going to make my opponent and their, huge deck have the answer. If they do, I think we'll rebuild and things will be okay. But let's get you back. We're just going to keep a lot of different threats coming at them and make them deal with it all. Milled 2 vehicles off the top. How about that? Diabolic Tutor. If you got that Languish, I guess you're going to find it, but Languish ain't going to solve this. It ain't going to solve this. That's not the land, though. I was kind of like, I want to Ormondal for the win right here. Okay. So I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to play Herald, but I think it is. So let's see. We can go 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So we can let up on the damage for a turn and play Harvester and Herald, which is pretty tight. So I'm going to send in 1 ayli, and I'm going to send in 1 Herald, or 1 Enthusiast, because, Celestial Flare off 2 Aether Hubs. You just never know. You just never know. And then we'll plus the Lily, and we'll play the Harvester, and we'll play the Herald. No, we're not. What the heck? That's not what we're doing. We are not grasping. I love that we got to show that, though. Thanks, game. There we go. Going big. What you got? Into an opponent who just Diabolic Tutor, because I'm banking on his deck not having a card that says everything's dead. Away goes Murder. Perfect. Yahenni's Expertise. Okay. What else? Murder. Okay. Well, they set up the right cascade of cards, I'd say. Let's see what we draw here. Haha. Alright. See if they can do it again, shall we? Let's see if they can do it again. We're in a weird place where the only bad card I can draw is a removal spell. And how bad is that? Because our opponent has to do something eventually. Any land means Abbey's online, which is great. Any other vehicle, I've got pilots for it. I mean, so I don't even care about ditching Lily there. Just to keep the pressure dialed up to 11. Just make them deal with it over and over and over. Someday they won't be able to. Just keep it fast and furious, and there we go. 17-1. One more win, and we're gonna have to put this tokens deck aside. One more win. And then it ties the Bant deck. We're the best in the freaking world, baby. And if it does, we're not going to go right into the Bant versus tokens playoff. I made a decision that we are going to grab another deck and see if we can make it a three-way race. We're going to run the other decks and try to get them up to that level. And we're going to see how many people can enter 18 in one land, which is pretty incredible. I really didn't expect many decks to get to 18 wins. I expected the okay decks to be, 5 to 8, the good decks to be 10 to 12, and the best decks to be maybe 15 and 2 as final records. So, 18 isn't a lot higher, but 2 of them getting there probably means it's not a fluke. Probably means there's a hole in the system. Look at this. This is gorgeous. This is great. The only thing that's wrong with this is turn 2 Aetherborn is not a thing. Unless we draw a swamp. And it looks like we might need it, as the opponent wants to get elite right off the get-go. Meant to be. But I would like to stop drawing lands. For at least 3 turns now. Uh-oh, the curve is real. The curve is very real. It's on. Now, Enthusiast and Ballista are great draws against this 2-1 arsenal. But they are not in our hand right now. And God knows they might be on the bottom of the deck. Non-land. Meh. Guess it's the best land I could draw, but whatever. We all know Child of Night. Now let's see if our opponent has a way through the Aetherborn. Liliana looks bad here. Liliana would be a pretty good draw. There's no doubt about that. So the other day on Magic Duels 2014, which I've been playing on my iPad to buy time, I figured out... wow, so we just brick-walled him with the Aetherborn. That's intense. I found out that the max life you can have in that game is 9,999. You can't go over 10,000 life on Magic Duels 2014. Now, some of you are like, that's just a stupid arbitrary fact. Why would you just throw that out on your stream? Well, because those of you who are of curious nature who played Duels 2014 should ask the question that follows the statement, which is, how the hell did you or your opponent get to 9,999 life? And Nighthawk, as always, is right here, ready to supply the answer, like a boss. Nighthawk suggests, was it the aura that doubled life? Yes. Yes, it was. It was a, what is that cat? It was the 2/2 lifelinker into Griffin Guide, into whatever the flying thingamajig is, the Ascension, into the thing that doubles life, with a 5-drop in there as well. That was the curve, not from me. That was the curve from my opponent. So it was turn 6, and they were at 132 life. When it was turn 7, they had like 600 life. So what the heck was I doing? What was my deck doing? I was playing Elves. And if you remember Elves in that format, Elves has no removal and no flyers. No reach, no removal, no flyers. No way to interact with that thing. Nothing. But what I had was about 20 elves and 3 well-wishers, gaining me about 60 life a turn. So my opponent couldn't kill me. They could hold my damage down, but they couldn't kill me. So now you're probably thinking the game ended in a draw, right? No, I won the game. I won the game. You know how? I had the guy that makes all your forests into elves, and I had the war caller, which for every +1/+1 counter on it gives other elves +1/+1 counters, and I had the I think it's magistrate or something, the elf that puts a +1/+1 counter on target creature for how many elves you control. So I won the game. I dealt the 9,999 damage in one attack. And each of my elves had a power and toughness of 278. So there, that happened. I hope you guys enjoyed story time of extremely crazy beats with CGB. And now I'm going to get back to your regular scheduled program. But I have never seen such damage or such life in Magic history. It was epic. Don't worry, I planned a Gideon emblem. My opponent will have to figure out a way to get to it to stop that from happening. And if it doesn't, I won't attack. I'll just play Sorin and I'll, yep, he found a way. Go figure. Never mind, no Gideon emblem. Should have just done it. Thought about it. Didn't think my opponent had a way or they would have done it last turn, but apparently they drew some Nimbus wings. And apparently they're gonna attack me? Okay. Okay, he attacked me instead of Gideon. It's probably gonna leave a mark. Let's power you up. Alright, anybody who watches WWE, there's a character called Braun Strowman, and he just shows up, and before his music even hits, he just goes, Braun! And that's what I want to do right now. Braun! Just means there's an insane amount of power and muscle coming at you. And he'll go to 2. Nice. And I guess we'll play this copter, because who knows? He's watching them damage effects. Damage. He's got a 6/9. I'm sure that's good for a giggle. An adolescent giggle, but a giggle is still a giggle. You gotta take them where you can get them. And that's the end of that one. Run! And we did it. 18-1 with a show of strength. Run! All right, we gotta put that deck down. It's too hot. It's too hot. Just like fire. If I could light the world up for just one day. Watch this madness, colorful charade. Nobody can be just like me anyway. So 18-1, we're gonna set it aside, and it's gonna enter playoffs with Bant later. But let's see if anybody else can jump in. And let's make some edits here. How do you have so few decks? Good question, Shaolin. This is kind of my end of the season thing that I'm doing. And when a new season starts and new cards are introduced, I delete all my decks and start over from scratch every time. It's just my process. Hakeem does the same thing back when he did his thing. We would often talk about that. But that's my process. I delete everything and start over. So if I'm going to delete them at the end of the season anyway, this is kind of my way of winding down the season. So here in the quest for the best series that I'm doing, every time a deck picks up its second loss, it has a deleting ceremony. Delete, delete, delete. So that's what's up with that. We've been deleting decks as they've been dropping and losing in the quest for the best series. So that's what's up. That answers that question. So what are we going to play next? We've got Mardu, Grixis, Teamer, Green Black. Bant is alive and well because of its record. And we got Is It Control? So yeah, we're down to the nitty gritty. I am going to go Grixis next. I'm going to mute the stream, transcribe the list, take a quick break, and then we're going to pick it right back up. Okay, got that list posted. Let's go battle. This deck is admittedly not your typical Grixis control deck. This is Grixis Super Friends, really. It's a Planeswalker deck. It's built around Planeswalkers. It has Oaths, it has Walkers, it has cards that support Walkers, especially like Dark Intimations is a Walker supporter for sure. And a lot of the Grixis control decks try to do it all, in my opinion, try to have all their cake and eat it too. They play counterspells, they play Glimmer, they play Torrential Gearhulk, and they cut some of, I guess, what I would call the synergy with the Walkers. But you see, I'm pretty much all in on Walker synergy. So this is my version of Super Friends for the... I'm sorry if it's a bait and switch for those of you who expected Grixis control, but this is basically my version of Super Friends for the season. Instead of 4-color Walkers, I think Grixis Walkers is where it's at for this season. And that's... so, surprise, we're playing Super Friends. You probably thought we were going to control things. The Grixis Mean Team, yeah, you can call it that. but I think you'll see that this is a pretty fun way to play your Super Friends decks. It's sort of tempo-ish. We have compelling deterrence, which is probably a card that many of you didn't see coming. Really great in a lot of ways for just keeping board presence against vehicles or other aggressive decks, but then later in the game, you just bounce your own Planeswalker when it gets attacked, or you bounce an Oath and recast it. So, those are some of the fun things. BBB says, I can call it that, I made it, LOL. Then says, sorry, is that arrogant? Well, when you throw in the LOL, I think it's a joke, so I don't think so. I don't think so. And Automod didn't get angry, so you're cool. Well said, Nighthawk. Keep it light, that's always the key. Some people will still find that arrogant, but screw them. Alright, let's get up the double black. And our opponent shows us some Jund. Let's see how they feel about a Lily on the play in Jund. Not exactly, never isn't here yet, so we're not sweating. There's also a chance that our Jund opponent is 4-color walkers. Alright, we got a caravan, so that could mean walkers. Instant speed reaction stuff is pretty low. I think what we need to do is put kalitas on the field. And then our opponent probably, they'll be hard-pressed to crew the caravan and kill kalitas, I think. So let's just get that board presence and make our opponent do something. No T-Hole Glimmer hurts me deeply. I have that in other decks that I would call pure control. Elk Boys! Hi, Elk. He says that since Nighthawk is here, he's leaving. You don't have to leave. Nighthawk will probably ban you on the spot. Here comes the Planeswalkers. So we got Walker on Walker action. And in the battle of Walker on Walker action, the big key is usually compelling deterrence, but I don't know if we'll need it. Things are looking good right now. Get that down. We want to hold a grasp because we may want to use it on a caravan that attacks to keep it from hurting Lily too bad. But we want to get an Oath on the battlefield. I think that means Oath of Chandra. Save Oath of Lily for something bigger, and this lets us attack down Arlen. And we've got Instant Speed Grasp, which can do some other things. So say our opponent plays something that's a 4 toughness or less to crew the caravan and attack Lily, we can kill the creature that crewed it and then block with the zombie if we need to. What I found, I played a lot with Grixis, and I found that one of my biggest issues with the Glimmer T-Hulk approach in Grixis is that they just conflicted too much with when to cast your Planeswalkers. If you want to max out on the Planeswalkers, like the good ones are 4, 5, 6, and your curve was just too high, so it's like I could play a Glimmer, but then I don't get to use my Planeswalker. And it was very frustrating in that way. So I eventually, Dark Intimations also really pushed the curve up, so I eventually just dropped that stuff. I dropped that stuff and I have stuck with just walkers, and the deck has done really well, but it doesn't mean you have to do it that way. I totally get that. The Gear Hulk and Glimmer are a big part of the appeal. I think I'll just keep a variety pack of removal. I don't see expertise being important, but you just never frickin' know, do ya? Alright, there we go. Are you ready for the salt when Planeswalkers are no longer safe bets after this set drops? Nothing. They're a pretty safe bet, that is true, but as you can see right here, nothing's ever a truly safe bet. Stuff happens. But that's why we play 8 of them, and there's only 2 nevers and only 2 unmakings. So it's a spam planeswalkers kind of deck. Unfortunately, we've only drawn one so far. We are definitely due for more, as we could just lose the game to our opponent's walkers if we don't draw Dark Intimations or more planeswalkers in the next few cards. Yep, there's his Lily. Yippee. We are due, though. We are due. I guess I could have gotten back Kalitas instead of threatening Emblem there. So that might have been a mistake, but not gonna fret it too much. There's only 2 unmakings, and there's our intimations. Right on time. Thank you. Makes me look brilliant. We're gonna get back a Kalitas. We'd much rather get back a Planeswalker, but can't be picky. And here comes Big Nis. Interesting. That's cool. He knows we have Kalitas. So this lets us kill one of his lands and get a zombie. So I'm glad to have a target. I am glad to have a target. That's why we're not going to push right now. Nissa, his Nissa ultimating is really bad. Oh, that's a good draw. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so now Oath of Chandra can tag his Nissa so it doesn't ultimate, because that's a pretty big deal in this matchup. Now, is that worth it? And then we have Fatal Push to protect? I think so. And we'll go up. I'm not going to kill that particular land and sacrifice my loyalty. I'm going to make it so I can survive an attack and keep the planeswalkers coming, because that lets Oath of Chandra continue to tag his planeswalker and make it more manageable. I'm okay with a 5/5 coming at me every turn. I'm not okay with him drawing a whole bunch of cards every time he bricks and draws a land. Green Warden. Oh boy. What's he going to get? I don't think he has any instants for 2, but I better just check. I'm just thinking of if I need to pause him to check his target. Don't think I can do anything anyway. He's having a think himself. Probably Anguished Unmaking, right? Gotta be? Gotta be Anguished Unmaking. Oh, Liliana. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know what he thinks he's gonna get out of Liliana here. Well, now he has double attacks at Ob, but I can keep Ob alive with the push. Or I can save the push to go with Kalitas, but I think keeping Ob alive, that's worth another card. So, we're gonna do it. Legoat says, you call everything lol. Yep, I summon to the top of my deck with my words. Now I don't have to, I just scry. I will definitely take a land here, right? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Makes sense. Yeah. So my turn is going to be probably Grasp Kalitas, and I have the black to do it. So just in the meantime, all I want to do is hit my land drop. Okay, that's good. So we'd rather have the tap land out anyway. Play you, and before he gets to untap so that he doesn't have any instant speed removal spell, we'll get rid of Green Warden. Because an instant speed removal spell would mean we don't get the zombie off Kalitas. And now he doesn't, because it got exiled, he doesn't get his card out of the graveyard. And yes, Nighthawk says this is true Haymaker magic. Yep. This is how we do it. Montel Jordan style. This is how we do it. We just throw the big mythics at each other and see who's left standing. It is fun. It's pretty fun to watch. Pretty stressful to play. And sometimes at the end of such games, it's like, what could I do? Well, you could have the bigger Haymaker. Here comes one. Oh boy. Now his Oath is going to take out Ob if he wants it to. Let's see if he knows that, or if he throws the 5/5 at Ob Nixilis. we're going to have Saheeli, which can tag his Nissa and keep it from ultimating and kill his Ajani. What does he attack? The right thing is to attack me or not attack at all. Okay, he does it. Good read. Saw the play. Now, what we can do... Oh, we have a lot of options, actually. There's another good one. We even have a zombie to make him discard. All right. Think. Oath of Liliana. He sacrifices his 5/5. Saheeli. I can tag his Nissa Vital Force, and Oath of Chandra can also hit Vital Force because the zombie can take out Ajani. And I have an untapped land to hold up Compelling Deterrence, which can save my Saheeli or reuse the triggers. And I get a zombie on end step. I think that's great. What do I need up is blue at the end. No problem. Alright, so without giving him information about Rai, let's see if we can get to Ajani. A key in a Planeswalker battle is you can't stop their Planeswalkers from coming down if you don't have counterspells, so they're going to get value no matter what, but you can do everything in your power to keep them from getting to tick up. It's much better if you can force them to tick down all the dang time. We don't have an artifact, but this does kill the caravan, so I'll keep it. Liliana is in his hand, that's right. So forcing him to discard one is pretty good. Do we want to do that before he draws? I think I can be patient. Like, Liliana right now doesn't do anything but die. I just kill Liliana. It doesn't do anything. He has no creatures in the board. So I think I'm just patient and try to get him to empty his hand and hit something more meaningful. There's a land. So now if he plays Liliana, here we go. Let's see which way he ticks. If he ticks Liliana first, that's even better. He doesn't even get the 5/5 this turn. Oh, he ticks Vital Force. So since he's going to get the 5/5, we'll just let him decide what play deterrence. He decides to attack Rai. We will take a chumper. That's fine. Rai's gonna do God's Return fire. So going down. Alright, spawn now. Oh, that would cause me just play into two. Alright, so down from his Oath, that on top, which I'll keep as an answer to the carrot. Rai can up, put you down to 3, and just kill it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can do that. In session. Ooh. Put it on the board, baby. Put it on the board. So I hope that was. I hope the deck can win you over a little bit. It is. It feels really Grixis-y. Like, I think that there was a Grixis deck early in the season by Wintervoid called Pain and Suffering. This feels like a pretty good evolution of it, where, you know, just lots. You think you're doing well. You think you're getting ahead, and then, oh, Dark Intimations. Oh no. Compelling Deterrence with no hand. Oh no. Or the extra salty, I make an artifact token of something with Saheeli and then use that artifact token out of Unlicensed Disintegration. Or the Heart of Cure, things like that. Just all the Oath triggers. The Oath triggers are saucy. And here we go again. Oh, I like this hand, but the mana's not quite right, is it? And there's a lot of ways it could go wrong. But it's 3 walkers and 1 cards in the deck. Nah, let's try for better. I mean, this has 2 colors. I guess we'll keep. We do need to draw some land, though. Do need to draw that land. I think I'm running 26. Let me do my maths. 2, 6, 2, 10, 22, 26. Yep, 26. Gonna need it. Ugh. Let's get the heart out there. Just for intimidation. Send a message. Question from Gemini. Do you think Censor and Cast Out is enough to replace Telling Time and Glimmer? Neither of those cards are better than Glimmer of Genius on their own. Both of those cards are likely better than Telling Time on their own, but I can't tell you that. Oh, that hurts. That really sucks. It looks like we might be in another Planeswap, and missing land drops? That'll ruin it for you. Yep. Planeswalker matchup. Go figure. We'll be fine if we drop. We can just fly over and kill that thing. But we're going to have to drop land. Any land that's not tapped would be steal. Please, hit me. Okay. It is. It can still come down plus it, but we really need him to tap out. We need him to tap out. Five colors, smooth as butter mana. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Not out. Okay. What do we get? The most important. I will that up. Let's see as I don't know. Do I go for Heart of Kirin here? So I'm not worried. Nissa. Do we go for Heart of Think? I mean, that just. Let's at least scry first. See what happens. And having Heart of land is probably a draw. I'll just top it. And I'll tag his Nissa. And I think I'll just. It's playing so. He's. What could he have in his hand? It has to be removal spells. Sorcery speed. But is Nissa killing me? I think I just gotta let it. It's a tough call. But Heart is so valuable in these fights, because if the opponent taps out for their Planeswalker, can fly over and nab it whenever you need to. So I don't want just the reason. And the opponent's gonna draw go me. I think we're gonna go fight. We're getting ahead in a draw go fight. I care about you. It takes out those tokens. He pluses his Nissa. I can respond with a sense to kill Nissa. So I don't think I want you. I may regret it. He doesn't have the mana for Avacyn here. Do I oath the jace or do I pass? I think for one turn I will just pass. But if and how things are progressing next turn and let the license shields down. And wow, look at this curve. I think we got 5-color Mythic, whittled it down to a 60-card deck. Actually, what's probably happened is he didn't 6 yet, that's why. There is Sorin. Okay, what's it gonna be, Sorin? You're gonna say Healy Rye. Alright. What to do? We'll crew you up first, because he's to attack for some reason. And that's nothing I can do about that. But we have the unlicensed. So end step, this, that. A little bit with Nissa, if he wants. Here. These Oath of Lilianas are probably a lot of land. The expertise. I think one Oath produce blue, so the island is an easy candidate. And where are the... Need them. Somebody page the watch. One reason to keep Yahenni's expertise, I suppose, is dark intimations. Chandra. Yep, gonna need now. What our opponent does with his Nissa here, aggressive, but yep. Alright, so is a fatal push good to save, or do we take it? Alright, we're gonna take 11. We're gonna go to 9. His next Chandra attack could be for 8, so it's not quite dead. If he fires up the vent, we can push that. That's just a better target. We also can kill his Nissa with unlicensed, but not Chandra. We need a really good top deck anyway. I think I have to save the push. Don't think I can just throw it off here for life. Right. That sucks. So tough. It's one of those where you're playing on with brown cards on top of your deck, and there's a few different things that could happen. We could unlicense his Nissa now, but I think what he'll do is make the 3/1s, and then we could unlicense Nissa in response? No. That doesn't work. Alright, so I have to Yahenni. Expertise. I guess I'll put the Oath of Liliana on the battlefield. I'll save the push, heal plus, and then I need to draw another unlicensed, and that makes that a live draw, or a planeswalker. Okay. And I'm just going to put this down in case I draw a planeswalker to make the zombie. Which sucks, but you do what you gotta do in this world. Alright, so there's that, there's that. Let's go get red. And see if we die. All I hear is excuses, says S1T1. Okay, sorry, I don't know. Oh, the good old Emiria Shepherd. Emiria Shepherd Sorin. Yeah. Cinch it in, man. I feel ya. And I take 4. Nice. Kill one of them, stay alive. Alright. Gotta draw. I guess double unlicensed doesn't work now if he pluses Chandra. There's very little that does anything for me, but we do what we'll do what we can. That's all you can do. It's kind of got off to a bad mana start. Draw didn't work. All the removal spells, none of which hit planeswalkers, happens. Alright, so let's see. None of that's gonna do any good. So, yep, that one was not in the cards, as they say. But 1-1 happens to the best of us. Apparently, I said S1T7's name wrong. Get it? Lighten up, man. It's a fun stream. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. Don't take it personal. I'm trying to read and play games. I screw up. It happens. And hello, Seeds Dragon. Always nice to see ya. Looks like we're gonna have a very feisty fire mage in this one. Damien with zeros. This guy's good. This should be fun. All the removal spells, no lands or top end, but we'll see what happens. And we're opening on Hollow. Hello, hello. I guess we take the opportunity to play our tap lands. Elk. CGB's driving, Nighthawk is holding the clipboard, Gem is licking the windows. Who else is on the short bus? We're all on the short bus, bro. we all took the short bus to Duel's Land. I'll let you guys handle Elk. You guys seem to have you and JR seem to have an understanding of his sense of humor. Oh, do I just spike this? I guess I do need to improve my draws. It might just get killed. There's all kinds of hasty, annoying threats, and there's exquisite firecraft and such, but I need to draw lands, which I'm having some issues with lately. In fact, this game is so similar to the last one, where you draw all the sweepers and none of the payoff, or all the removal and none of the cards you're trying to defend. But that happens. Life's a bitch, but I deal with it, yo. Kid Rock. There's some Kid Rock logic there for you guys. Some Kid Rock for your Thursday afternoon. Okay, we're getting an implement on the board. What is going on? You don't see that one every day, do you? A little bit of card advantage. Still not hitting them lands. Let's see. Bottom. All I need is lands and planeswalkers. That's what my life needs right now. Nothing else is acceptable. What's the record at? This was a 1-1 right here, so he's already on the bubble. Grixis here is on the bubble. It would be unfortunate to see it go down that quick, because I don't think the last game's draw or this draw is really how it goes, but here we are. You are what you are in this world. Yep, there is Shandi. Do I bounce Shandi? What do you guys think? Am I supposed to bounce that thing? Next turn I probably have to play Oath just so I have something on the battlefield for tagging Chandra later. Yeah, I just need to buy time, so we have to make this ugly play. But he doesn't really gain value off it other than 2 points at Saheeli at this stage in the game. As long as we don't let him untap with it. And there is an Evolving Wilds, which we're definitely going to use. So I want to use that before I use Saheeli, or else the Scry didn't do me any good. And let's go up. Planeswalkers or lands, please. Actually, that's pretty good. That might be able to help us fix our hand. It doesn't remedy Situation Chandra, but it fixes our hand a little bit. I'd much rather just straight draw a Planeswalker, but can't be too picky, I guess. And let's get this on the battlefield so we have a way to tag Chandra down. That Evolving Wilds showed how great the Shuffler is, didn't it, Nighthawk? He was right. All our colors were separated out perfectly. That's duels, baby. Ghost all up in that machine. Tag Saheeli back. Tag you're it, says Shandi. Big sister Chandra just like saying, "Screw you, Saheeli. Get back out of here." And we're missing land drops, so our opponent's a little stalled. They have a Chandra though that can produce mana, but I think he's gonna want to take out Saheeli. So I'll draw first. It'll make my scry more educated, or do I scry first to make my draw discard more educated? I guess the next card afterwards is the important one, so I know whether or not I can cast the card on top of my deck. Alright, Planeswalkers and lands, which you think we got plenty of. Just can't do it, man, just can't do it. Alright. I guess both the grasps are doing the least. Or I guess Unlicensed can go. I do want to keep one of these for like Thopters, something of that nature. Alright, now let's check our top card. Please be good. Please don't suck. Now we have enough land, so we can start working on drawing the Planeswalker portion of our Planeswalker deck. That's pretty awesome. Nighthawk points out that the lands in my deck, before that Evolving Wilds resolved, were red, black, UUU, which is the exact casting cost of the amazing card Cruel Ultimatum. That sends a message, doesn't it? There's Collective Defiance, so that's gonna undo Saheeli. Please wheel my hand. Please wheel my hand. Oh, come on, bro. Cheats. Everybody would wheel my hand in that position. Just kidding. Those are all jokes. Yeah, way behind now. Gonna need Dark Intimations. All removal spells, no Planeswalkers. 2 games in a row. It happens. Sucks when it happens 2 games in a row against other Super Friend deck lists. Ha! Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. The only way back is through. Thank you, Planeswalker Jesus. Alright, now our opponent might have that card too. But I don't think I want to save lands to discard to it. I have plenty of crap to discard to that kind of thing. But life just got better. That's good. Saheeli Rai, easily the weakest Planeswalker in the frickin' deck, but we do what we can. Here comes the mana train. Time for a big turn. More Planeswalkers. Yeah, that's how you do it. That's great. Well, that looks like it's going to get a push. I really don't want that to hit Rai. So is that the right thing to push? I guess I have a grasp for a fumarole, so I can do it. Yeah, we'll just do that. We could have done the Oath into Saheeli next turn, but I think I want to save this. I want to have Compelling Deterrence up anyway. Well, my opponent's top deck game is holding up pretty well too, as you can see. Just, you know, curve Liliana, Chandra, Ob. That's a good team. Ooh. Top deck game. Elk boy. What do you think of that? You like that? Hey, like them apples. Okay, so what has to die? I think Chandra gives him the most options, and it can deal damage back to Chandra in a total flavor fail. So Chandra has to go, he gets to keep Bob. The mana also just makes his whole hand better, but yeah. Bye-bye. And Oath of Chandra says tag. And now, will Flamecaller die? Maybe Dark Intimations of his own here, which, you know, sadness, but we do what we can. His own Dark Intimations would be rather brutal. Implement. Okay, so now he can Fumarole Implement. Does he have the mana? He does. So he can get Chandra off the board, one way or another. You can totally do the top deck thing whenever you want to. Oh, he's passing? Whoa. Why let me keep Chandra? Ooh, what's going on? Yeah, top. We are in these top decks. We had a poor draw. What's going on? I'm really surprised that Chandra lived the turn. So what could be in this hand? Unlicensed Disintegration, I'm guessing. What can we do in case of unlicensed? I suppose we can deter in response and grasp in response. I don't know. I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that's right. We'll have to, I'll think about it more. Let's put him, I'm going to stop trying to put him on things and just pressure him and see what he does. Well, that's best case scenario, isn't it? Let's try knocking that out. That's like one of them deals that's too good to be true. He made me an offer I can't refuse. That's just the way that is. Okay. I think Chandra's so good in the matchup, I think I just want to pass and leave up this compelling deterrence so that I can bounce Chandra if he does play intimations or something to kill it. Nope, nothing. Intimations, we could also sacrifice another Planeswalker in response, but the more Planeswalkers we play, the better life is. I'm gonna bottom you, I don't need you. Alright. Let's throw the Chandra book at him. Hungry Flames. Okay, I'm gonna say that's fine. And murder on the token? I mean, okay. That's cool. I can dig that. So now it's Saheeli's turn. Get to work, little Rye. Don't need you. Okay. He's got so much energy from that card. I'm wondering if there's some payoff for energy in the deck. It seems like I should have seen it. I mean, it's just such an odd card. I guess Harness Lightning is the best removal spell ever when you have energy sitting around. Also, there must be something going on with these implements, right? He's got to have something hiding in the deck. There's got to be more to this deck. Collective Defiance. See if he wheels my hand this time. Well, he doesn't. You're not going to wheel my hand. Then I'm going to do that. I know I have another one, but it's still just keep playing them over and over and over. That's what beats opponents into submission. So even if he deals with one, deal with the other. Top. And there goes the machinations, keeping his life total up. Just what you gonna do with all that energy? And I think we just keep playing out lands. It makes our turns bigger. I'll gladly discard a Radiant Flames to his own Dark Intimations if he draws it. Ninja says this game turned around. It sure did. But not over. Got Chandra of his own here, which we'll have to find the answer to, but I believe Saheeli plus Chandra plus Oath will kill it. So I'm not very worried about his Chandra. I've got the answers. We've got Liliana coming off the top, so another Planeswalker to keep the pressure up. All right. He is at 6. We can get him to 1. Is that good enough? Or I guess if I know my top card, maybe? Kalitas. Kalitas is a good top card, but he's probably got a handful of removal. So I don't think it will actually live, even with Liliana. Yeah. I'm not going to keep Kalitas, and I'm just going to kill Chandra, because that can run away with the game even if I put him at 1 life. Oh, I could have cast... No, I can't. Then I can't kill his... I would have had to exile Kalitas, so it's better that I put it at the bottom. Because I could have just cast it off the top, but then his Chandra wouldn't die. I'm also going to hold this back for more activations off the Oath, because I might need them later. But I will put you out there so I start getting zombies. It should still give me a zombie for this turn because I played Chandra. So you go away. There's my zombie token. What you got? Zombie token also lets me keep both walkers if he does pull his Dark Intimations. Both collective defiances. Combustible Gear Hulk. Well, congratulations, you get to draw 3 cards. Because I think I can kill you. Let's see what we scry. You can seeds. Well, I usually accept the concessions, but I want to see what I'd scryed at the top here. Those won't do. Ha! That will do. That will do. Yes, good, good. So there, 2 damage to him. One damage to him. Attack with Zombo. Play Liliana. Trigger Oath of Chandra. Game. Woo! Well, Data dance. He didn't stick around to see the last Dark Intimations. Poor guy. Poor guy. Yeah, I didn't have a good hand to start that, but I top-decked my way out of that one. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. That was just a top-deck stampede. All right, I'm going to call it there for the day. We're going to leave the Grixis Planeswalker deck on 2-1. Salty Tokens is 18-1. So is Bant. Bant Tempo is 18-1. So those two are at least in a playoff that we'll do later. And we're going to see if Grixis can get up there with them, along with some of our other decks. Grixis, when we return, will be on the bubble. And as Ammonkhet draws closer, I'm sure we'll have more Ammonkhet things to do and talk about. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a good time. I'll see you later.